access Cadillac.
You're up, Ben.
Ben, WALKV, Tustin, and I belong to Leah. Where is she?
Bill, we're not going to let you sneak in and out.
I was early in church.
He's just a really religious guy. He had to go to church before he came out and hang out with us. I'm letting everybody UPB.
Tell them what you do on Thursday.
Wait. Jordan.
KFA DIJ.
Okay.
Apparently I have trouble with doors.
Lynn,
What?
Lynn,
Oh,
he
that
does
door's
an
fixed.
important job on Thursdays, once a month. He collects, he's like a vampire, he collects blood.
Oh, stay away from that.
That's the same place.
It's a worthy
Thank you.
cause, though.
All right, bear with me while I try to get out of this thing and get down to business.
Who doesn't have the papers?
Whoever needs them, there's a couple
Check
here.
and see if the three different.
Okay, Randy. Want to come up here and use the microphone, or will you yell?
I can yell.
Why don't you?
Use your mom voice.
All right, listen up.
Okay, am I in the right spot?
Real close.
The minutes of the July 2nd meeting is called to order at 7:29 p.m. We did intros, minutes were read and approved, financials were read and approved. We talked about at that time, upcoming aviation camp and the club picnic, which is still coming up on August 16th. John had some fluorescent light fixtures, he still has them. We chose net controls. Cadillac Public Schools is doing classes again. Please see Lynn if you'd like to help. And do remember that by doing the class, we get a break on the cost of the spot. That's a big deal. Keith was presented for the President's Award for service to the club. Thank you again. Field day report, we had 18 club members, 10 visitors, 14 hours of operating, 222 QSOs, total score of 1974. It was a great day. We got some notes for next year, and we're looking forward to it. And yes, I can be on the air more, I will acknowledge that. We had a video on Amateur Radio in America, and the meeting was adjourned at 7:16 p.m.
Right here, write that down, Brad, hurry up. That's Keith Lucas and Jeff, second.
I have a question.
Oh, sure.
Possible GOTA. What's GOTA? Oh, I knew that.
Go to.
Oh, no, it's,
Go to for field days, get on the
get
air.
on the air, I'm sorry. Get on the air.
It's meant to be a station
He
for.
thought it was a typo.
Oh, no.
Is that for first time?
Basically anybody. It's got a, we have the stations that we're using for contacts for the club, but you get to put a GOTA station up so that there's one available for everybody else. So somebody who's actively working doesn't have to stop for somebody to get on the air.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, and that will be something I think we do next year.
Yes. All in favor of accepting the minutes?
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you, Brandy, for your work. All right, Lee, come tell us how much money we don't have.
Well, things are looking up. Collected our first news for 2027.
Get a little closer to the microphone.
What? I'll say it, I'll repeat it again.
Huh?
Oh, pointer. Wow.
Oh, that's what it is. Wow. Well, I was saying that things are looking up because I collected the first dues payment for the year, for 2027. So, thanks to Bob and B.O.B. Hey, Bob. Okay, so, whoops, I'm pressing on. Well, can you guys see that? All right, so utilities was $24.54. Income was $36. There's 50/50. We paid rent for the post office box, $196, and last $20 went to the state of Michigan for our annual tax filing. So, we started out with a beginning balance of $4,658.66, and we ended up with $4,446.32 in the checkbook.
Next page.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so, yeah, there it is. All right, so July, everything tracks, this is a summary for the year, and everything tracks, just like on the sheet, the prior sheet. So income, we're at $36, from 50/50 and so forth, all the way across. And we ended up, shows that we had $36 of income, and $240.34 of expense, which leaves us, this is income, this is income for the year. This is a spreadsheet I set up so that we would know how much money we made for the year, not just what the balance is in the checkbook. So right now, the amount that we've gained is $1,233.31.
Any questions, our treasurer?
I move we approve. I
That
second.
was, Ursul, second Gordy. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, same sign. All right, approved. Thank you so much. Great job, always. All right, next item, I believe, is the president's report. Not there, there it is. All right. Club picnic. August 16th, Sunday, 1 p.m., right here. The club will provide meat, beverage. See that Blackstone grill back there? I'm looking for somebody who knows how to use one.
Is it seasoned yet?
It is seasoned. We've had a couple of occasions to use it. So, if you know how to use it, because I don't want to learn, because I can't afford one at all. So, this is just
I've got two of them, but I gotta check that weekend.
Okay.
If I'm here, I'll be
Very
there.
good. And just so you know, the beverage is water. Because every year I go out and I try to buy Diet, I try to buy Coke, and we end up with just taking it all back. So I have to drink it at home. So it's just water. If you want something else, bring a dish to pass. And we started this last time. When it says dish to pass, everybody says yes. You could be a little more specific so we don't all get brownies or baked beans. Nothing against either. But if you can make it, the second page here, my name on there.
We
Let's
know
see.
Bob's gonna bring
Yes,
mac and
it
cheese.
says yes, but I know it's going to be mac and cheese. Della's mac and cheese, right?
That's right.
Absolutely. So it's a great time. Oh, also, go through your very valuable junk box and bring a white elephant. All right? Something that everybody just can't live without. It's a good way to get rid of junk. I mean, it's a good way to have some nice fellowship. So,
A new project.
what?
It's a great way to start a new project.
Yes, yes it is. Okay, what else we got here? Wings and Wheels. Again, right back here. How many of you have participated in Wings and Wheels in the past? Okay. We need some volunteers. We're going to set up Friday at 4 p.m. right here. We're going to operate 3 stations. Saipan, CW, and digital. And if you want to come and spend some time operating, when I say operate, what we usually do is let kids who come through, and not just kids. Actually, last year I think there was a lady, I'm not going to dare say her age, but she wasn't a kid. And she had a blast talking on the radio. So that's what I mean operating. We're not really going to be talking, but you're going to help others by demonstration. And then Brandon needs some assistance as our chief ambassador of ham radio.
Yeah, since it's really hard to do that from Capital.
Oh, you're going to be on?
I'm not going to be here.
then we need a new ambassador. You got big shoes to fill. She always does a great job there. And it's just, people go by, you go around, you get them thinking about amateur radio. Festival of Races. Tom, what do we need to know?
Well, if there's anybody that wants to sign up for it, let me know. I didn't pass around a sheet. I pretty well got a crew together. However, I will add more people. It's September the 5th, September the 5th. It's late this year, and it's pretty well set up. I've talked to both Bob Redding and Mike Kelso. And there were some concerns about knowing which, who's running 5K, who's running 10K, who's running the relays. I think they might have something this year they're going to put on the vests, some kind of like a marker or a color, so that we can tell the runners apart coming in, because it was kind of tough last year, because couldn't see the numbers very well and didn't know who was going where. But we are an integral group. We are important to them because they, Bob Redding got a hold of me last month and asked that we go.
It just helps to keep things run smoothly and people don't get lost. Did we use the repeater or simplex? I can't remember.
Yeah, the repeater.
Okay, so even if you don't have an HT, what you'll be doing, you'll be positioned someplace. Tom will take care of that. And you just call into the main, whoever's the main guy, probably Tom, as runners go past so they know where they are. Probably you're looking at an hour or two.
Yeah, usually it's done by about 11.
Okay. So it's a great way to, again, show up and show the community what amateur radio is all about. Speaking of which, we had a great aviation camp. 36 kids aged 8 through 15. Great program prepared by Keith and the Osceola County 4-H. Also John, N4DOU, helped me a great deal. And Bob, NABOB. I don't know how many kids you talked to, but there are quite a few.
I don't know, it was a bunch. They all seemed to enjoy themselves.
Well, I saw them when they came in, and they had big grins on their faces. And they were I saw them when they came in, they had big grins on their faces.
Oh, good.
So, anything you want to say about it, from your perspective?
It was, I thought, more than a success. Everyone really seemed to enjoy it, and it was the first time we really did this type of a thing. We did one 2 years ago, but it doesn't even compare to what this one was. And I think we learned a lot. We're going to start planning for next year. In fact, we want to kind of break it into 2 parts. So this had 8 to 15-year-olds, so people have a younger one and an older one, and try to come up with more interactive things that they can do. The place that they really seemed to enjoy was the ham radio part with learning Morse code. And
I got big plus I also have, this is a kid goal.
They also got to make, this one didn't quite finish, is they made a cockpit board completely. They had the instruments in here, and they really got into that. It was really kind of neat. I don't know who came up with that idea. I may take that home and practice my flying skills. Anyway, it was a great time. Come around next year and help out. It's a lot of fun. They also got to ride in an airplane, about a 20-minute ride around Cadillac. Yeah.
also, I want to mention, we'd love to do the same thing, a week-long summer camp for amateur radio.
Oh, that'd be great. And you're not going to believe this, but 2 things that seem to really captivate them about amateur radio: CW and phonetic alphabet. And believe it or not, when Mom or Dad would come to pick them up, Johnny would say, "Hi, Mary Oscar Mary. Hi, Delta Alpha Delta." That's pretty cool. So, yeah, it was great fun, and the airplane ride. My grandson attended, and he said, "Grandpa, this was the best week of my summer." So,
And his
He's had kind of bad stuff. No, just kidding. He had a blast, so. All right. Club activities, you see them. There's no need to really go over them. Just highlight the club picnic, hope you can come. We've got our net controls all set. I don't have any old business. Does anybody have old business? Yes.
We taught that class at the Cadillac Middle School, and we built the CW oscillators. And I brought the leftovers from that. If somebody wants to build one, somebody mentioned it.
I mentioned it. I want to build one.
I've got parts and boards and stuff here for anybody that wants it.
Can you come over and help me put it together?
No, I think you're a big boy. I think you can do it.
Cold.
No, he's not a fixer.
That was cold.
And not this last newsletter, but the one before, I put a little article in. I was having trouble keying between my Yaesu and my alpha amplifier because of grounds floating. And so I built a little control box that uses an opto isolator to key that circuit. And I brought kits and stuff. If anybody wants those, I just want to be reimbursed for the parts.
Very good.
They can build their own.
See, Gordy, during the break, which is coming up, new business? We'll get to it. New business?
My name on there?
Okay, public service announcement from Nick.
So I recently had a fraudulent transaction based on my credit card, and it's been linked to ham radio outlet. So if you can place any orders with HRO or DX Engineering or anyone like that, just be vigilant. I called it in time, so I just wanted to let everyone know. Ham radio outlet, get that. Fraudulent credit card transaction on my account. So just go carefully if you're ordering from HRO. So I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they've been hacked or if someone's inside the net, so I'll just let everyone know. If you're going to do an order from HRO, just be careful.
Thanks a lot. There's been a lot of that going on lately. So, all right, open mic. Anybody want to say anything? Yes, Larry.
This is just, we're always looking for, hello? CQ. We're always looking for show and tell. This is my non-patentable coax cable stripper. It's just a piece of metal. I take a file, put a little bit of edge on it, and go around and take off, the outer sheath, the PVC. Anyway.
Like a hot knife, Larry?
Huh?
It's a hot knife?
Yeah, it's a, this is a 50-watt iron.
Anybody else? Open mic. Yeah.
I've been trying to get my new radio working with Ham Radio Deluxe and WSJPX. Both work individually fine, but I can't get it so that the WSJPX goes through the ham radio, which is the key part of it, because then it does automatic logging. So if anyone's got experience with it, I've been working with the developer, Mike, at Ham Radio Deluxe, and he just keeps saying, oh yeah, we'll just start using the virtual ports. Well, I'm not sure how to be using the virtual ports. I have a little document. I took a screenshot of every setting screen so that if my computer ever gets smashed or whatever, I can go back and reset everything the same on the whatever, replacement.
Your radio and your software are trying to use the same COM port. That's why it's asking you to use virtual ports.
Right. But I can't figure out.
There's a plethora of free applications out there that you can create multiple virtual COM ports and then assign them to users.
Well, I created the virtual COM ports with the Yaesu software, but then I don't know in the settings where you can say, well, use that virtual port.
I don't use the Yaesu software, so I can't relate. I use another
If
one.
anyone does have experience with that, let me know.
Super. Anything else? I'm gonna put somebody on the spot. Jordan. What does DMR stand for?
What does it stand for, Bob?
What's that?
DMR.
I don't know. Digital something maybe?
Mobile radio.
There you go, bingo. And you know, true confession, until about 2 months ago, I didn't know. I kept hearing DMR, 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 and I nodded my head like I knew what I was talking about and everything, but I didn't have a clue. Well, that's going to be fixed tonight after a 10-minute break. Buy your tickets, get a cookie, make our guests feel welcome. Break time. Where'd you get that shirt? That's pretty cool. My daughter got it for me for my birthday. It's
The president's got it figured out. DMR. And it's a digital mode for voice communications. You can send pictures and texts and other things if you're properly configured, but it isn't commonly used for that. Not so much in the US, but very much in the UK and Europe. They use DMR repeaters.
They do what?
DMR repeaters. We don't have a DMR repeater around here. Not that we couldn't do it, it's just that it's expensive. I mean, to put a repeater on the air can easily be $2,500 minimum. So, Tom?
There is one in Traverse City. It's 400.
Yeah, you can barely get it when you leave town now, so it's very, very local.
Yeah.
It's done with a couple of handhelds. But yes, so you can, in theory, talk to Sweden from your car in Traverse City. And what these devices do is they go out over an open hotspot. I've got one set over here that I built and brought in. And when we key a handheld, it goes to that hotspot and then goes out on the internet to where we want to go. And it's, so we'll get into it as we go through these slides and talk about it. So. The basic facts. It employs time division, multiple access. Now if you look at the picture, you see slot 1, slot 2, slot 1, slot 2, and so on. Because it's digitally compressed, two conversations can take place on the same frequency at the same time. And that's what that's all about. Now if it's a repeater, one of them's transmitting, one of them's receiving. And so that's why it's that way. And two QSOs are possible simultaneously. Now right now, that handheld that I brought is on time slot 2. If we had another hotspot here, set up on the same frequency, and Tim's handheld was on time slot 1, we could both be using it at the same time, on the same frequency. So, and that's the basic theory of it, and it's the standard 12.5 kilohertz channel, just like the repeater uses.
Gordy, what kind of a hotspot do you need?
I'll cover that in just a minute.
Okay.
This was first used for commercial communications in 2005, and it actually was amateur-based first, and then Motorola picked it up. It's like sideband radio. That was an amateur thing that got picked up by the military, and just a lot of electronics have been evolved by amateur radio operators. DMR is one of those protocols. The equipment was readily available. There's a lot of people that have DMR radios out there. The big dog initially was a company called Bridgecom, and I'm sure you've all seen advertisements for Bridgecom and QST in various places. Their equipment is very good equipment, but it floats on the pricey side. But they also facilitate the purchase of repeaters and duplexers and everything you would need to pull that off. That handheld I got there is a Baofeng DM32, and that's AM, FM, well, AM receive for the air frequencies, FM for all the amateur repeaters and amateur frequencies, and DMR, digital mobile radio. So it's all in one package, and it's, I don't know, between $55 and $65. They're not expensive, unlike the Bridgecom handhelds, which started at $350. Fusion, which are 440 machines, Fusion, that's a Yaesu protocol. Those radios don't come cheap. That little FT70 handheld is still almost $200. You get into the bigger ones like Bob's got a FT5. Those are $360. So DMR is a good way to get involved in digital without spending a long dollar. Battery life, and Tim can attest to this. DMR uses about half as much battery power as what standard FM does. And these are examples of radios. They've got mobiles, they've got small ones, they've got big ones. DMR is in a lot of different places. And, you know, like I said, Baofeng, those are available on Amazon between $55 and $65. A lot of accessories, a lot of things you can do. Before we go any further, and we talk about getting your first steps on the air, Bob asked a question about the hotspot. I've got a hotspot sitting over here that I've got plugged into this network. And how this hotspot works is that Tim can pick up his handheld and call out on, we've got it on the Mars room right now because the guy we want to talk to is on Mars. He'll go out over the internet, go to Florida to the database, and then come up to anybody listening on that talk group. And so that's a Raspberry Pi. Anybody familiar with the Raspberry Pis and Arduinos and whatnot? That's a Raspberry Pi with a RF hat, free software. With the case and everything, I probably got maybe $130 to $140. So they're cheaper than most radios, and you can use them in a lot of different protocols. Go.
You mentioned Mars, and just for the benefit of our guests, they might be thinking you're talking to Mars. Why don't you explain what Mars is?
Mars is military-affiliated radio stations. An amateur radio operator, older than the age of 18, and with at least a technician class license, can be a member of Mars. And what Mars is I'm in Air Force Mars, and it's we pass digital traffic. We've got different groups that do different things. Mars Radio is talks to aircraft. I mean, it's inane stuff. Sometimes you'd be talking to a C-141 heading for Maine, and he wants you to call ahead and order lunch for him. I mean, you don't know what you're getting, but most of what we do is tied to FEMA-related stuff. So if there's a natural disaster or one thing or another, all that is digitized and we pass that digital traffic in nets. For me to send a message from my house and have to get to Fort Huachuca in Arizona, if everybody's up and running, is literally minutes. So it's really nice for moving emergency traffic around, and we are tasked as the Department of Defense for doing that. So Tim and I are the only two in the area, but we've got 14 of us in the state. So, and Michigan's about even. Some states are a little more than others, but between 10 and 18 is where the number seems to be for each state person. So that's Mars.
And time commitment. Yeah.
There's a time commitment. You got to be able to do, what, 18 hours a quarter? 18 hours a quarter. And pass 3 traffic, or what, did they change it yet? I think it's 3 messages, 3 digital messages. Well, that's just a good Saturday afternoon for most of us. Tim and I both run gateways and other devices, so we're getting hours logged a lot. So even at the counting it by the minute, a shabby month for me is 25, 26 hours, and I only need 18 for the whole quarter. So the training is the toughest part, Keith. You got 6 months to pull it off. So, and you got to have the time to get dedicated to it. So I'll do another one on Mars. So getting on the air, your first steps. The first thing you got to have is a DMR ID. And this is where you would go, radio.net. And you sign up with your ham radio call. You have to verify it with a copy of your ham radio license, and you will get a DMR ID. Now that DMR ID can be used across many platforms because it's unique to you and your call. So it's just like a permanent phone number, only it's for digital mobile radio. So radioid.net. And if anybody wants a copy of this PowerPoint, email me and I will send it to you. Talk groups. You heard me talk about talk groups. They're channels, I guess for lack of a better word, and each talk group is assigned a number. And like, I've got a talk group for this radio club, and it's the Wexaukee Amateur Radio Club talk group, and its ID number is 49601, it uses the zip code. And so I've knocked that down, so 49601 is our DMR talk group for the club. And sometimes we listen. Summertime, you don't see a lot of activity. Wintertime, a lot more activity on the DMR. So, but we all got other things to do in the summertime. Any questions? I go fast, so. Okay. Talk group servers. So if we've got a talk group, Wexaukee Amateur Radio Club, you have to mount that somewhere to where the internet can find it. And there are talk group servers. Now there are more than these 2 talk group servers. These are the 2 that I'm familiar with. I'm not going to try and talk about something that I'm not familiar with. These are 2 that I have used and still use. Brandmeister, the first one, very big dog. On the plus side, minus side, their communications with people are just terrible. I've had requests sent for a month and not gotten a reply. And so you lose interest after a while. The other one is TGIF. And this one is out of Florida, and these guys respond usually within 24 hours. I've created rooms and had them up and running in 24 hours. Very good. Frederick, KCAUSE over in Home Lake, is one of the dollar founders of this. He throws money at this in a big way. And he's helped me get software going. And anybody wants to give him a call, he'll work with anybody on this. So these are the 2 talk group server groups. Here's the interface for Brandmeister. And if you look at that top line, DMR devices, 28,069 are on at the time I took this screenshot. So there are a lot of people listening on DMR at any given time. Doesn't mean they're going to talk to you, but they're listening. You know, there's terminals, Tetra devices, which is another digital that I'm not familiar with, fairly new. You can do voice calls over this. And there's 40 master databases within this. So if one's down, another one's always there to pick it up. So one server doesn't go down and shut everything down. So a lot of redundancy. This is TGIF, basically the same information in another format. This also has Discord, which is a chat group that some people use. Too much.
Do you have an app shows that too?
No, because I'm not it's just so much minutia. But this tells the time I was on 3,850 active users at the time, 3,339 active talk groups at the time. So there's a lot of people out there on DMR. These are talk groups that we use in Michigan. The Wexaukee Amateur Radio Club, like I said, is on TGIF, and it's 49601, which is the zip code for Cadillac. D7 AUXCOM. D7, we're District 7 for AUXCOM, for emergency communications. That group number is 2516. Michigan statewide, and I do mean statewide. You can talk on that, you don't know who's going to answer in the state. So there are people who monitor it. And Michigan TAC is generally monitored, most of them there's an emergency. Those are redundant in some ways with Brandmeister, but the Michigan Aries Encom, for anybody that's doing Aries, not much of that in northern Michigan, but a lot of it south of U.S. Canada. Michigan TAC, and again, if you look at the TAC, it's the same group, and sometimes they cross together, so you're listening to TGIF and Brandmeister at the same time. And West Michigan, that group number is 31267, and that's on Brandmeister. Hit and miss. You know, somebody's got to be listening. And you'll see a lot more activity in the summertime. Come on. Color codes. I tell you what, if there's one thing in DMR that had me for bucks more than anything else, it was these damn color codes. There's 15 of them, and if Tim we could be on the same channel, and he's on color code 1, and I'm on color code 2, and we could be talking our heads off and we'll never hear each other. So you have to pay attention to your programming. Brandmeister and TGIF both use time slot 2, color code 1 as a rule. But now if you want to start a group and put a different color code on it, let's say we didn't want anybody talk in our Wexaukee group, but Wexaukee people, we would give them that color code number, we could set it up for that, and we can be color code, I think it only goes up to 15, but, you know, we get color code 9, and we'll be able to hear you. Because if you're not on the right color code, you're not heard.
Does that serve as like a private?
It can, yes, and it's kind of like, it's there for areas that, again, mostly Europe, primarily the UK, they have a lot of overlapping DMR repeaters. And so those repeaters might be on the same frequency, but they'll be on different color codes. And so they can, it's like a DTMF code on our repeater, okay? Color codes do that for the digital side of things. And I stress this because it's the one I had the most trouble with. Color codes were just, it didn't make sense to me at first, but once I got it figured out, it was okay. Jeff is shaking his head, I still don't think he's got it figured out.
I just do what I'm told.
We program it, you mash the button?
And you do the color code when you program your radio?
Yes, each channel. Now, I didn't get in depth in programming, and I'll tell you why here in just a minute. But programming your radio, most of my radios can be programmed via software. CPS software, consumer programming software. Every radio comes with a CPS of some sort. Now, companies like RT Systems and some of the bigger software companies do write for DMR radios, but not all of them. So that is a fact that you've got to look at when you're buying a radio, is how easy is it to get the software to program this? And is there anybody else around here with that radio doing that? Or who can I talk to? So programming is the bugaboo that causes most DMR radios to get thrown in the top desk drawer and forgotten about. And so you need to pay attention. The file you create and upload to the radio is called a code plug. How many have heard that phrase, code plug, and not known what it was? That's what you do. That radio's got a set of programs in it with all the frequencies used, the color codes, the names I wanted to use, the frequencies I wanted to use, and I put all that together into one piece and I load it to radio, and that's the code plug. And the code plug that works in that radio isn't going to work in your both, or isn't it? Well, it might work in your both, maybe not. Anyway, every radio's got a different code plug format. It's kind of like the Fusion and the D-Star and all the other. Everybody's got their own bandwagon they're trying to make money with. And so these guys do that. It continues on. Each manufacturer produces their own CPS as a rule, and it's almost always free, and it's on the internet somewhere. And like I said, each radio requires a specific code plug. Your TYT radio, the code plug isn't going to work with my profile, and vice versa.
That's why we're getting some of this stuff.
Yes.
And that's why I started with them.
They're expensive.
It's expensive, but it's
well, they got great tech support.
Yeah, and it's plug and play.
Yeah. You tell them what you want to do, and it comes ready to rock and roll. I'm getting a radio that's as dumb as a concrete floor and starting from the ground up programming. And so it can be disconcerting if you're, not good at that type of thing. Questions?
So knowledge of programming is essential.
No, not necessarily.
Or if you know Kim, you don't have to worry about it.
Yes, but most of it, once you start to go through the CPS software, with a little bit of knowledge, you can start to figure it out. That's how Tim and I figured it out.
Let's say a handful of us decided to do this. Would be a possibility to get together as a group, if you and Kim just kind of coach us through it?
That was my next thing. If you want help, or we want to do it as a group, or whatever we want to do, absolutely.
That might be a good thing to do, because I think most of us would need at least coaching.
Well, I didn't do it by myself. Mike helped me, VCR. So, any questions? Come on, there's got to be some. I wasn't that thorough.
Would you recommend that the Balfang is maybe the best place to start money-wise?
Bang for the buck.
$70 on Amazon.
They've gone up a little bit. They've gone up a little bit. That is airband, receive. Yeah, receive. 2-liter 77 amps, DMR, color stream, 10-watt output, 2,000 memories for $70.
Wow.
Kind of hard to beat. Steve-O.
So can I use my wireless router at home as the hotspot? So it's got to be the Raspberry Pi thing. Okay.
Yep.
Plug it in with an Ethernet cable and it's good to go.
How robust this network is here.
don't expose any emails from my girlfriend.
Or you want hotspot this?
I built mine, so that's hard for me to. And then we'll build it for you if you don't want to. We build it in 20 minutes. Well,
I wish I would have met you like 2 days ago. I just bought two brand new ones, Clear Note and, which one, bought a Clear Note and then a Hotspot 5.
Better spots.
I'm trying to get to a browser. This is the dashboard for that hotspot. And, see, that's on Wexaukee Amateur Radio Club, or you got that one there?
I've got Mars, so I can key it up.
Yeah, you can key it up with Mars and see it all change.
No.
Mine will. WCT, listening, everything, text. He sees me come in. WCT, everybody, thanks for the return, John, much appreciated. I've got a room full of people on demonstrating to using the WPSC software. So thanks for coming back.
Where was he at? This place is called sign on where he's at.
South of Detroit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, it's nice and clear.
Well, that's the advantage of DMR.
That went from here to Florida.
It's like the digital radio.
Maybe it's just like what makes it a hotspot. Like what actually talking about the radio frequencies.
Yes, when he's talking, if anybody wants to come over and look, this is a Raspberry Pi 3, look just like, and then there's an RF port on here that plugs into the top. And then you load this WPSC software.
I'll start out.
And that interfaces the RF part
You guys can mess
to the
with
computer part to the internet. Like I said,
I put a star with you.
and it's called a hotspot because you can take it and plug it in.
I just found out that
Hey, let's give Gordy a big hand. That's a great presentation. Thank you. And if you have questions, I'd like to make sure we're out here at 7:30. We're close to that. If you have questions, I know Gordy will stick around for a little bit. But we've got the 50/50. So get your tickets out. He thinks, yeah. And I want to stop him before more of my secrets get out. Everybody got a ticket? They bought one? Yes, sir. All right, loud voice. Listen up for Leah.
Individual.
Last three digits are
Where do you get them?
155.
155. Oh, Phil, congratulations. Hey, meeting is adjourned. Thanks for coming. Stick around if you have any questions of Gordy or Tim, even me. I do have to cut out pretty quickly because I got to be someplace at 8.